Hey, good morning. It's your girl Jersey Love Stuff, and if you're out there, I just want to welcome you in. We all play a part in this world, and none of us are can. We're all hold a part in this world. Okay, God gives us our talents, skills, and abilities, but our cities could be a thriving center place where people will enjoy to come. You can look at some cities and see that they thrive, and yes, maybe they have a lot more money, but when you look at the morality of some of the cities, it is deteriorating. Half of the city is has morals, and then some people don't. But when you look at it, you would think that all hope is lost, but that's not the case. God, if you look around, there's still churches that exist in the cities, and there's still very good people. Everybody can do their part, but you can't look to somebody else to do what you can. So if you see a piece of trash on the ground, pick it up. Don't take from your neighbor. If we see something that we like, we can't just take somebody else's stuff. If we see somebody that could that is hungry, offer some food. But the way we make our cities a better place is by actively doing what we can while we can do it, and not waiting for the government to step in to do it for us, because it's not our daddy. The government's not our daddy. We are plenty capable of, you know, thriving, but it does take an active part. So if you find yourself that you're in a bad situation, don't stay in that place. Move while you can. You can stay in your house. You know what I'm saying? But if you find yourself that you're in a bad situation, seek out what you need. Do you need to, get a breakthrough for rehab or something? There's Narcotic Anonymous, NA, and AA. These are places where we can go if we need recovery, if we're struggling with a substance, and then look at ways how you can build up your family, because your child needs you, whether you're the father or mother, your child needs you. And child support is very important. So if you're out of work, seek work, like if you could see in front of me, uh, not that people want to be a garbage truck, but there's always people looking for work. So whether you go to a construction site, people are always looking for people. Right now, our farmers are desperate for workers, and I'm not saying, that's you, but it's always hard work, of course, but you usually get paid at the end of the day. When you work, you usually get paid at the end of the day. So if you're really struggling, if you're hungry, don't sit there till you're starving. Seek what you need. Move while you can. There's 24 hours in a day, and we have to move while we can. I raised two children, not completely on my own because my fiance helped me, but I had to reach out when I needed help. I got the daycare when I needed it. I didn't get child support, but I did have a lot of people help me, but I had to reach out. And yes, you do have to put your pride aside. You're going to have to put your pride aside that you can do it all on your own, because the truth is we can't. It takes a village to raise a family. It takes a real village to raise a child, okay? You can't do it on your own. You can. God will give you the strength to do what you can, but whatever you can't do, other people can help you. But you have to ask people. You can't just expect that. But our cities can be a thriving place, and we can fix up our houses and make them look nice. A lot of times I'm making deliveries, and it's not all the cities, because there's some cities that are thriving. Like Princeton is not a perfect example, but if you go to Newark, half of the city is thriving. They have, Patterson, half the city is, you know, a little bit hood, and then half of it is like, upper class, middle class. But it's a matter of seeking education too. So if you can go for some kind of training, even if you have to take out a loan for it, do it for yourself so you can get an education. Education is a big key. And if you need your GED, go for it, because that will hold you back in life if it's not having that GED. A lot of places offer it free. Hi, Hassan. A lot of places offer it free, but our cities can be a place that could be thriving. But it is going to take all of us, you know, to do our part. You can't expect that to not go to work and that you're going to have money to pay your rent, because you're just not. And you can't just stay in a place for free. It takes money because the landlords have to fix up the places. So if you're looking at your situation and you have to seek a job, go to like a temp agency if you have to. Amazon is wonderful for hiring. Hey, Shannon. Amazon is wonderful for getting a job without an interview, which is basically you're going to take your documents and they basically hire you right on the spot. If you get called back, usually you get the job, and you get benefits from day one, but you do need a GED to get the job there. Yes, it's challenging, but I'm telling you, it was the best experience of my entire life, and that's how now I'm in the spot where I'm at now, is because Amazon paid for my training. But if you can go, get, please go for training. What if you have your GED, seek out some kind of training that you can do for yourself, because that is going to give you a better pay. Okay, it's just the way it is. And everything is challenging no matter what. From Amazon, people will say, I'm not going to work there because they work you like a dog. Yes, it is challenging, but I'm telling you, the managers will see you for you. And I got to do ambassador, which was so awesome. You have to have your rates good, okay? You have to be top, because if you're training other people, they want you to represent good. So you work on, you know, getting your rate up and stuff like that. And there's all different positions in Amazon. It's a great company to move around. And if you wind up moving with the company, they actually pay for you to relocate and everything. The sky's the limit. Never take the buyout. If you ever wind up leaving, you can you can move with the company, but if you take that buyout, like I had stocks, and if you take out the buyout, you can never work for Amazon again. Supposedly, that was the case when I worked for them. But temp agencies is a good place, and then a lot of times they hire you. If you're a good worker, just go in, put your best foot forward, and just do whatever you can. But that's a good way to get a job. I can't stay on here long because I gotta get going. But our cities could be a beautiful place for us to thrive and for our children to thrive. And it's actually, the housing is more affordable because a lot of people aren't seeking that area. But if we all work together in community, and be learn to be a good neighbor, look out to the interests of your neighbor. Would you want somebody else to do this to you? If your bike was sitting out front, do you want somebody to take your bike? No, right? So we have to do that. But of course, put your bike inside and put it in safe keep so nobody just takes off with it. It doesn't matter wherever you live, because I've had my bike taken. But just know that people are desperate. I understand that. But always think about the future too. Like, don't just think about the here and now. If you're hungry for a breakthrough, move while you can and seek what you need. Okay. Thank you, Shannon, for coming in. But our cities, really, if you look at them, instead of them deteriorating, when people start to see, let me do when people see that you take the time and you care, it will start to extend to other people, and then people will start to invest in the cities, bring businesses back to the cities, join together and maybe make a small business with your Nate. Get a couple good people that you can do business with and open up maybe a little shop or something. This could be a hub where our cities are thriving. Bring back the American dream. It could be all over the world. This could be all over the world. It's not just America, but I'm in America specifically. But I'm saying this could be where you thrive. If you look over in Japan, and they're they have the markets where you go there and you buy foods and stuff. So maybe you have a little garden that you and your neighbors do together, and you go out and you sell the produce. People are hungry, they need food. And if they could get it a little bit less and they know that it's going to a good cause, they'll come to you over going to a huge market. You know what I'm saying? But first step is if you need to get training, get the GED if you don't have it, you know. Okay, guys, well, I'm going. This was just on my heart, but our cities could be a thriving place. It doesn't have to be a place where people dread to go, you know, and it could be a place where the families are thriving and we see that the economy starts to flow. This is supposed to be the heart of the towns around them, is the city is the heart of the towns around them. You know, it's not the towns around them. No, the city is the heart, usually where people gather and stuff, you know. So I hope, Lord willing, this message touches somebody and give us hope, right? All right, guys. God bless you. Take care. And my prayer is for that the cities will start to thrive and that people will start to get breakthroughs, families get breakthroughs, children get breakthroughs, children get their needs met, families, mothers and fathers reunited, families whole again, thriving and happy, and the drugs to be taken away, and peace to come over the cities, and that there'll be people will start to invest. When people see that they're like that, people will start to invest more in the places. But if the businesses are getting breaking into and stuff, they can't. Some people don't have that much money, so if they go to invest in a place, they want to know that it's going to be safe. So that's why it's a, you know, you want to. We all want to work together, so this way, you know, people will start to invest in the cities. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I gotta go. God bless you. You can do it. Don't give up. If you are breathing and you see this message and you're in, now's the day to start. Go forward and don't sit around until it gets worse. Move while you have the time, okay? And you don't have to stay where you're at. We don't ever stay where we're at. You go up, you move up. It takes time. Trust me. I had to count on a lot of people. I didn't do it in my own strength, okay? I'm not standing here today because I did it in my own strength. No, a ton of people helped me. They're willing to help you, but you have to reach out and ask people, ask, seek, and knock. You have to let people know what you need, okay? And sometimes it's a pain, but you can do it, okay? Low income home energy assistance program is what I got a lot of times when my kids were young. So if you're struggling with your energy, that helps out. Okay, I know a lot of resources, but all right, guys. Well, I'm going. Have a great day. Bye bye.